NBA champion, Hall of Famer, and broadcasting star Bill Walton has passed away at the age of 71. The two-time NBA champ died after battling cancer. Bill won championships in high school, college, and the pros before turning to TV as a game analyst in college. But what Bill was really known for was his infectious and playful energy that lit up any room he entered.
I think a lot of people figure that I win all the games, you know, but really it was more the other guys than me. I played the best of my ability all the time. When people ask me questions, I tell them honest answers.
First championship at UCLA, that was big, wasn't it?
That was big, but the second one was nicer.
I've never coached a better player, I've never coached a better competitor, and I've never coached a better person than Bill Walton.
All right!
Bill.
I really don't have nothing to say.
Thank you, Boston. You're wonderful. Now let's go win a basketball game right now.
With enthusiasm and emotion, I could let my personality out and be very free on the basketball court.
Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Gotta have the right equipment. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Take a bite out of it while it's lit.
While it's lit?
Say, oh, I'm kidding. Let me get out of your shot here, guys.
Great to see you, Snoop. Well, Snoop and I go way back. Snoop and I, we go way back. Ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is called a glockenspiel, okay?
Got Jay Garcia on it. Please don't.
Yeah, that's a Jerry. National Popcorn Day, please. Party on. The physical nature of the Wildcats coming right in there. Claws flailing. Steve Miller, soar like an eagle. Yeah, Steve Miller, he's a Texan, right? Willie Nelson. I was out this morning talking to Stevie Ray and to Willie.
Yeah.
And I found something here. We were on the grass, and this was lying there, this piece of wood with some tillandsias growing on it. And this is how you use this dirt.
No,
like
don't.
You do it like this, you get it, you sort of rub it on, you get it, and then you just sort of, okay, now I'm ready to go.
I wish it could have lasted longer. Unfortunately, it didn't. But all good things and all good times, and we'll get there soon.
What a light. Adam Silver said in a statement, Bill Walton was truly one of a kind. As a Hall of Fame player, he redefined the center position. His unique all-around skills made him a dominant force at UCLA and led to an NBA regular season and finals MVP, 2 NBA championships, and a spot on the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams. As a cherished member of the NBA family for 50 years, Bill will be deeply missed by all those who came to know and love him. ESPN's president Jimmy Pitaro released a statement yesterday saying, in part, Bill often described himself as the luckiest guy in the world. But anyone who had the opportunity to interact with Bill was the lucky one. Bill's one-of-a-kind spirit captivated and inspired audiences during his second career as a successful broadcaster. We at ESPN extend our deepest condolences to Bill's loved ones, including the entire Walton family. Perk, I'll start with you. Bill's such a special, special person. And just your thoughts on his legacy.
Well, Molly, I'm going to say this. He's definitely one of one. I didn't share the room, had plenty of conversations with the legend Bill Walton. And I will say this, right? He's that guy, that particular individual that you just want to go spend the entire day with, because you just want to know how is a certain individual have so much joy, right? And I remember the first time I met him, I was 18 years old, and we literally had a 2-hour conversation, and he was telling me on what it means to be a Boston Celtic, right? But it was one of the best 2 hours of my life, because it wasn't one of those boring conversations. Everything was like, nailed to the T. It was full of authenticity. And when you think about Bill, the one thing I can say about him that I love was that he was the same person every time you seen him. And it wasn't nothing fake about him. It was always real. It was always authentic. He's going to be missed, but he left a real legendary mark. And every time you hear somebody talk about him, they used the word joy, and that's the word to describe him. It was a joy to be around him. He was a joyful individual. He was a great friend, great leader, great mentor, and he was great in everybody's life that he touched.
Yeah, I love that you used that word joy. Couldn't be truer. Udonis?
Such a kind man. I think that's just underrated. We don't get that in today's society. Such a kind person. You know, my experience with him is just one game playing against the San Antonio Spurs. I was an undrafted, unknown guy, and he came up to me, and his conversation was, hey, I love the way you play the game. You play the game the right way, and you'll have a long career in this league. And for me, that went a long way because he didn't have to do that, and he didn't know me. I was raised to treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO, and I think Bill Walton lived by that. I'd never seen a moment where he didn't take time out to speak to everybody. Hello, how you doing? Please, thank you. Just certain things that people don't do nowadays. So I was blessed, and I was thankful just to have that interaction with him, and that went with me a long way to have a Hall of Famer just give you that kind of confidence and that credit, and I'll always appreciate him for that. We lost a good one.
Shannon?
Guys, I'm old enough. I'm probably the only one at this desk that's probably old enough to remember his career in Portland.
Ain't no problem.
He was with.
Ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem.
Ain't no
You
problem.
can bet.
Yeah.
You can bet on that, Jack.
Yeah.
He was special. He was special. I don't think people realize how good he was. He was one of the first big men that he could score the ball, he could rebound the ball, he could block shots, he could pass the basketball. He was unbelievable. And he showed personality. Because back then, bigs, you get Shaq, and Shaq is a big, fun-loving guy. But Bill Walton was that guy back in the 70s. And I remember, because I was a Philadelphia 76er fan, when they go down 0-2, and then they win 4 straight, and he's the finals MVP. He won a regular season MVP. Everybody knows his historic run at UCLA. I think they lost 4 total games, won 2 national championships. They lost the third to that North Carolina State team, Jerry Sloan and the great David Thompson. But he was 6th man of the year with the Boston Celtics on that 86 championship team. Man, he was just, I didn't know him, never got a chance to meet him, but to watch his personality and how he let his personality come through. And the injuries, his body, it failed him, it let him down. A lot of times, guys, you play in the NBA and big men, they have a lot of problems with their feet. His feet let him down. He was never the same. He could never bounce back from those injuries that he ended up having early on in his career in Portland. And he went to the Clippers, and then he ends up going to Boston and winning a championship as a 6th man. But prior to those injuries, he was as good as the NBA had ever seen at the big man position. He could literally do it all. And he's going to be greatly missed. And my heart and thoughts and prayers go out to him, to his loved ones, and all the family and all those impacted by Bill Walton's tragic passing.
Absolutely. He's a champion at every level. And to your point, Perk, he just inspires you to live life to the fullest with joy, not taking things so seriously, and how precious every moment. And Udonis, to your point, how important it is to always make time for people, treat people right, be present. Such a special, special guy, and lucky to have spent some time with him here at ESPN. He's survived by his wife, Lori, and 4 sons, Adam, Nate, Luke, and Chris. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. We'll be right back.